Okie dokie. Let's do it.
And welcome back. We are here live. I know, it's late. You guys might be going to bed. You guys might be getting ready for the work day tomorrow. But I wanted to touch base with you guys here on Black Expat Life Abroad with a very important person. A lot of you guys reach out to me and are asking about what does it look like when you go to move abroad? Is the healthcare good? Is it accessible? Does it cost a lot of money? We're going to get into some of these things tonight, no matter where it is that you are looking. These things are designed to kind of frame your mindset on what healthcare looks like abroad for you. I know you might be moving to a number of different places, but tonight we have my man Jerry live here from Cali, Colombia. Jerry, thank you for coming.
Hey, RJ, thank you for having me here today. How's it going tonight? Hi, everybody. Thank you for your time.
All is good, man. I am not going to complain. It is the beginning of the beginning of the week, and depending on where you are, I know in Colombia it was a holiday yesterday, so there was a holiday today, and then um, a holiday in the United States, and I realized that these were relative similar holidays in regards to indigenous and what we are looking to celebrate. Now that they've positioned it in the United States as Indigenous Peoples Day, which is definitely right, a lot better. I would think so than what has been positioned, but nevertheless, we want to get into some important things tonight. Because I know I don't have you for long, but the topic of healthcare is definitely on the agenda for so many people that are looking to move abroad. If you guys do not know who I am, my name is RJ. You guys can go to moodtravelabroad.com. We have a virtual relocation conference coming up November 22nd. And Jerry is just one of over 15 speakers. So we have a number of people going to be covering a number of topics when moving abroad. But I know whether you are a retiree, a military vet, you're looking to move abroad with your family, or you're just a human, you may get sick. Nobody is Superman. But what does that look like? Because we come from the United States, bringing our opinions or thought process of what goes on in the U.S. abroad, thinking that that is going to be a exact replica of what to expect when landing into a destination. So, want to get into tonight, Jerry. One, who you are, because I know you are a man with a number of hats, and I want them to get to know who you are prior to the conference. So, at least let's just start there.
Alrighty. So, for those of you who are just joining in, I'm Jerry Sanabria. I'm an RN out of Florida. I specialize in nephrology nursing or kidney nursing. Uh, I worked in the healthcare industry in America for about 20 years. In Florida, anywhere in emergency rooms, cruise ships, medical cruise ships, and also in dialysis units, the nephrology units. And I'm also a patient now here in Colombia. I was at once a medical tourist.
Hmm.
So now I am now, oh, my computer. Mom, RJ, are you there?
Yeah, I can see you. Everything's good.
Hey, hold on. The computer went off real quick. Hold on. Let me get the charger real quick. El cargador,
Well,
mami. Oh. Can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you and see you, so you're all
Okay.
good.
Give me 1 second because my computer screen just went out. So I'm pretty sure it's losing power. Give me 1 sec.
Not a problem. For you guys that
Sorry.
are on TikTok, if you are interested in this conversation and want to see both sides of it, because I know you can only see me, you guys can go to YouTube, Black Expat Life Abroad. There it is that you're going to find not only this conversation, but all of the conversations that we have ahead of the virtual relocation conference. If you haven't gone there already, moodtravelabroad.com. That is where you will find not only a number of free relocation resources. So we have the top expat destinations that you guys are looking for on this side of the world. We have Mexico. We have Playa del Carmen, Mexico. We have Colombia. Obviously, we're talking to Cali tonight. We have Santa Marta as well as Medellin. And we also have Panama City, Panama, as well as Cape Town, South Africa. So we put together a number of different things as far as free things. You can go there and it does not cost you any additional dollars towards your bill. I know bills are high in America, but we do have a relocation conference coming up November 22nd. It covers all of the destination moves to that place. Obviously, we're bringing on our speakers one at a time just to give you an understanding of who they are, how they're going to be beneficial to your relocation journey abroad. Because each individual person is an individual part of what you need. We've already had on Daniel from Capital M. He talked to us about immigration visas and the different things that is available there. We had it on Will the other day. Will is in Panama. He is a Panama relocation expert. So he was giving us the ins and out on what life in Panama is like. I think today we bring on obviously Mr. Jerry. Jerry was going over his history in the healthcare industry, how it pertains to not only understanding what it is that you have to go through as an American citizen, but understanding also what you are dealing with in the society of transferring this information from America to wherever it is you go abroad. How we looking over there, Jerry?
Mm. Okay, I'm back on. I'm sorry about that. My computer
Nah, you're good to go.
froze.
Just wanted to make sure we were talking to the folks.
Technical difficulties. But I was telling you that I worked in the health industry in America for about 20 years. I
Hmm.
worked in different clinics, emergency rooms, cruise ships, doing dialysis for patients who were um, interested in visiting other countries, and we would do the treatments in between when the ship was traveling to each location.
Okay.
I got to, meet different people with different cultures, different languages, different religions and beliefs. And this kind of helped me jump into what I'm doing now um, as a medical tourism counselor. And RJ, basically, what we the transition between being a healthcare worker and now helping and guiding people, Americans to, and also Canadians and Europeans to come and experience, healthcare system, a different healthcare system is having all that knowledge, the being a healthcare worker, being able to try different cultures, different, I got to know different religions. It kind of helped me now to guide people to a better healthcare that I trust, that it's affordable, that is,
Hmm.
the high standards, the same quality for Americans. Some things that I didn't even know back when I was a healthcare worker in America, I got to discover as a patient, as a medical tourist here in this case in Colombia.
Seriously. And that is why I love what you provide for our community, because it's one thing getting caught up to speed with what moving abroad offers to you in healthcare, but somebody that understands what you have and what you have availability to, how hard or difficult it is to go to the doctor, get said appointments, being able to give somebody an understanding is really it's really impactful because I think a lot of people are moving abroad with these huge
Correct.
misconceptions about the healthcare abroad. They're thinking, America has the Americans get this store process like, okay, we live in a first world country, so healthcare, it's got to be the best in the world. We've got the best hospitals and the best and most educated doctors. I remember even when the pandemic happened. And they were calling in all of the doctors from around the globe, the best ones, and they were calling people from
Best
places
example.
that weren't weren't aligned with American store process on where the best doctors are. They were calling Colombia, they were calling it Cuba. So I remember seeing a lot of Cuban doctors in it, and people were like, "Well, what is this? Like, why are they calling them? And we're America." And it was like, well, maybe, just maybe, outside of the bubble of America, there are other doctors that are at the highest level of medical terms when it comes to global issues and global scenarios. So tonight I want to frame the conversation around a lot of what Americans have, which is excuse me, misconceptions regarding healthcare when moving abroad. Now, I don't know where you guys may be looking to move to. So we're going to keep it very general. We've obviously got Colombia in the house. I represent Colombia from Medellin's perspective. Jerry is in Cali. But some of you guys are going to be coming here looking for information on Panama, and information on Mexico, and information on Cape Town. Some things are going to be nuanced down. We'll bring on those specific experts later, but tonight is going to be a very general conversation, at least about the misconceptions, because that right there is where so many people are weighing their, do I move abroad? Can I afford to move abroad because I need access to this? So I know one of the biggest things in general, never mind isolated down to healthcare, is safety. People
Safe.
ask me all the time, is it safe? Is it safe? I'm like, you live in America. Is it safe? Is it safe? But healthcare in general, a lot of people are thinking, medical malpractice or different things of that nature. Talk to me about what you think, what you've experienced regarding healthcare abroad and the safety of it all.
Okay, so that's a key point there. Safety, as far as healthcare, as far as healthcare goes, um, there is different international accredited organizations that set up standards, really high standards that we have to abide to those standards. So it's a worldwide thing. It's the same standards as in America, just with a different price tag. So basically, um, you know, we have the same quality, the same technologies, the same studies. We have doctors that study. They even study in Harvard or in different U.S. based universities, and also in Europe. In fact, one of the doctors at VIP Smiles, which is the place where I work, um, he's in Europe right now teaching a class for protodontists in Spain. So, if you think about it, the teachers, I don't know, when you go to a university and you're sitting in a classroom, even your teacher could be an outsider, and it may not be an American that's teaching you. It may be a Colombian
Mhm.
doctor that's teaching you. So it's that good, you know it's that good.
No, I do know that. My experience with Colombian healthcare as far as being abroad, getting sick, it immediately, when I asked where to go, I wasn't met with where to go. I was met with where do you live? And I'm like, well, what's that got to do with anything? They're like, well, they're gonna come to you, because I know, and Americans, I always try to paint this picture because so many people, when you have to go to the doctor or you have to go to the hospital, it's an emergency. It's like, okay, I don't want to be there, and they make it really difficult. You have to be in a scenario where, okay, I've determined I have enough, I need to go to urgent care. Well, urgent care, you walk in there and that can be a 1, 2, 3 hour wait depending on what is going on, what time of the year it is. You're paying your, monthly insurance premiums, which depending on how many dependents you have, you're talking $100, $200, $300 a month USD. Then you get to the urgent care and you spent that 1 hour waiting. Then you get, the nurse come in for 5, 6 minutes max. And then the doctor, the main guy you're here to see, you get a minute or two with him and he slaps
Out the
some
door.
prescription with you. And then he's like, okay, well, go down to the pharmacy. And then this is how much the insurance has covered. And this is how much your prescription is going to cost. Whereas one of the biggest things you mentioned is price tag. Never mind the experience. Even if you had to go do all of those things, it would just cost you almost pennies compared to the cost of monthly insurance, never mind all of the other co-pays and things that you have to do.
Correct.
I
In
tell
fact,
people that, man.
RJ, the number one cause of Americans' bankruptcies is medical bills.
Hmm.
Is the number one cause. And I believe how hard it must be to try to get better when you have in your head that you have all these bills, you know, adding up. You know, while in Colombia at least or abroad in general, you're able to get better, live an experience, vacation, and go back home feeling a lot better and get well better because you had fun. There's no stress. You have somebody taking care of you at all times, like a concierge service. So it's like pampering you all throughout the whole experience. So it's a little difference. And you mentioned a key point also, the human kindness. When you see a doctor in America, the time that they probably don't have the time to give to you, and that's a big difference. That's a huge difference, um, because a lot of people when they come here to see doctors or get treated, they're amazed by the care, the time. I'm able to ask questions.
Hmm.
The doctor takes the time with me. He's not rushing. He's not trying to sell me something or get some type of treatment to get more money out of the insurance company. They're more
Hmm.
for the person. They understand your pain. They understand that you're coming from another country and they want to present to you the best of their culture, the best of their abilities. They want to feel that I'm showing this person from abroad that I have the same and higher standards in technology than back home. You know, so that's really key. What you just mentioned is really important because that's really true. That's something that hit me really. I was surprised. Even as a nurse, I saw the difference. I said, "Oh wow, these people really take the time to listen to what I need. They're not rushing me into coming in, giving them a complaint, and kicking me out of the room to get another patient. It doesn't quite work like that here.
No. And that is 100% what I've experienced. And you mentioned even the medical tourism side. Some people are watching this and sharing this with the people that are looking to move abroad, saying, "Hey, you can move abroad and still get shot still. You can get better healthcare than what it is that you receive in the United States." But then there's also people that are abroad, or excuse me, in the United States, that are coming up with some medical bills or some medical procedures that are being done. One of my best friends literally, he got I think cracked his tooth or something, and it was like on the side, and it maybe cost 3, 4, 5 thousand dollars out of pocket in the United States, and that is with insurance. Whereas I was telling him, I'm like, bro, you could just fly to Colombia, stay for like, you could stay for a whole month, pay for the procedure, and probably not even spend it. Like you could like, and a lot of people don't realize that that is where it is. I was thinking when you were talking, it's like there's a double-edged sword with American healthcare. You can't afford to get sick, but you can't afford to get better either. Like, you can't afford to pay to get better. You can't afford to miss time from work, but you can't even afford, if you can say, okay, miss time. Like, well, how much is the bill going to be? People have babies in the United States, and they're like, well, if I didn't have insurance, it would have cost me $200,000 and $225,000, and it's like, some people don't have insurance, and with so many things shifting and changing with healthcare situations in the landscape in the United States, a lot of people are now looking more so into what healthcare looks like when moving abroad.
Right.
But we got to get back to the myths again. You kind of talked about the doctors and the qualifications, and them often being the people that are training some of the doctors that people are willing to pay even almost 1,000% more for. Tell me about Colombian VIP, because I know you guys work in the medical field. Talk to me about those doctors there.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part, RJ.
Oh yeah, I was saying, talk to me about the doctors that you work with at your job.
Okay, so I worked with many doctors. In dental care, we work with Dr. Catherine Gesama and Dr. Gustavo Alegria. Gustavo Alegria and Dr. Gesama are both national and international speakers for their respective specialty. Dr. Gustavo Alegria is a specialist in prosthodontist. Um, for those of you who don't know what that is basically the guy that comes after a surgeon. Is the highest uh, professional in dentistry, and they basically guide the surgeons to place the dental implants in place so they can then do the crowns. So it's the guy that's manages your bite, the rehab, the function of your bite. Like your teeth are, it's like a puzzle, and they're able to put it all together, even if they don't have just one piece. They're able to reconstruct the whole mouth. In America, for a patient that has no teeth, they're maybe looking at spending about $50,000 to $60,000. In Colombia, it's a lot less. So, and doctor, that's for dentistry. As far as plastic surgery, we have Dr. Ortega, we have Dr. Burbano, Dr. Jimenez. They're all board certified in Colombia. That's really important because all these professionals go through exams just like in America. Like I told you, RJ, the standards are the same as America.
Hmm.
Just like America has certified boards, exams, and boards, so that you know how many complaints a professional may have, is the same way it works in Colombia. And it's the same, for Mexico, for Costa Rica. They all have their board certifications, exams, and boards, so that everything is controlled by the state for safety issues, for worldwide organizations. So the standards are equal, exactly equal.
So, and I tell you guys don't. You mentioned the care too earlier. The standards, I think you guys should feel comfortable. There's so many people. You've even seen celebrities traveling to Colombia, people traveling to Turkey, traveling to different places. Even people, Americans, hopping the border to go to Mexico to literally get work done because the cost. And I'm not saying it's some shoddy places. I'm talking about beautiful hospitals. I think the one in Medellin. The one time I saw it, I watch Marvel movies, and it looked like the Avengers headquarters. It was set up on this hill, and it was so beautiful. And I was like, "This is the hospital." They said, "Yeah, that's the American hospital. That's all the Americans go." And I'm like, "This is all the way by the airport, but this is really, really nice." And I think as I was told, when you go to the hospital, if you have to go to the hospital, you can get a one-to-one room. Every hospital my parents or anybody that I've loved has been in, they had to go share a room because the cost of having a one-to-one care versus in the United States is just absolutely outrageous. Never mind this. Jerry, I knew that I was going to be in good hands with Colombian healthcare, never mind healthcare abroad. Rest in peace, my dog. My dog Nino Brown, had him for 8 years, and he was an old dog. He passed in May. But before he
Here in
passed,
Colombia,
huh? What'd you say?
here in Colombia, or in
Yeah,
Peru?
yeah, yeah. He
Oh
passed.
wow,
He passed in Medellin.
sorry
Yeah.
about
Well, yeah.
that.
Here's the thing. We had to put him. We had to put him down, right?
Uh,
So, well, when he got sick one time, and it was just like normal, like dog sick or whatever, and the veterinarian came, and they sat down and started talking to the dog, started asking me questions about the dog, and I went and left them to herself. She's gonna do her job. I came back about 20 to 25 minutes later, and she had a oil diffuser on, and it was like with some vapor, and she had some jazz music playing, and she was giving my dog a massage, and I was like, you've been here for almost a half hour with my dog, and it cost maybe like $20 for her to come to my house. Never mind having to take my dog to PetSmart. And never mind that being a dog, when we consider that even that luxury kind of style treatment, when we consider being a human, I got the same exact treatment when I got sick. They came to my house within 10 minutes. It cost me less than what a copay costs to go to the urgent care in the United States. They were able to write me a prescription in my house. I was able to get the prescription filled with the delivery service, and I didn't even have to leave, and it probably cost me delivered $4 or something like that. It
yep.
was the most outrageous experience versus everything I grew up dealing with, both as a child and as an adult in American healthcare. And I tell people, like, you're not losing anything by
Right,
moving abroad. You guys are actually gaining access to
right.
things. That's what the biggest misconception is you think you're losing something by leaving America, and it's just like you are
It's the
actually
opposite, right?
you're in the
It's the
worst
opposite.
position.
Yes, it's the
Yes.
opposite, because your dollars are worth in many other places a lot more. So you get more for your buck, like you were mentioning.
Yep.
You have a person that comes to your house. You don't have to go anywhere. They come to you. You get the care at home. They actually do more. They go above and beyond what you're
Above and
asking
beyond.
for. And that's another myth. In America, we think that you know if it costs less, it must be cheap, it must be bad, it
Yep.
must be, people can't afford the care here, so they go abroad. That's not true at all, at all. We every day
Americans
we
pay
have
a premium for
professional.
bullshit.
Just last week I had a guy from Canada. you know, Obviously, we take care of everybody the same way. We
Yeah.
treat everybody the same. But honestly, at our practice, it's called BIPs, BIP consultants and BIP smiles. So we obviously try to go above and beyond for everybody. This guy is a multimillionaire from Canada. He didn't have anything. He has universal health care. He has money. Why was he in Colombia? What was he doing in Cali? He was getting treated for skin cancer, and he also was treated for his teeth. So that right there shows you that it's not just about money. Is
Hmm.
It's sometimes more the human kindness, the technologies, the education. So right there, you can, and that's where you are, Jay. You're doing an extremely great job showing people that there's more uh, around the globe than the U.S. healthcare system, and people falling into. You may be saving people from depression, or going into bankruptcy, or maybe destroying a family because they can't afford certain things. And you can you're probably opening the world to many people who are watching us right now and asking themselves, what do I do? What do I do if I get sick? What's going to happen to me? What happens if I can't work? Am I going to be able to afford my treatment? How long is it going to take? uh, am I going to be able to pay all this when I get, am I going to lose my job? You know what I mean? So all these things,
Hmm.
when you know that you're able to get the same type of care, the same quality, the same professionals, qualifications, but with a different price tag, you may be saving a lot of people from hardship, from having a hard time. So that's really
Nah,
cool.
I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. And when considering moving abroad, it comes with a lot of unknowns. I tell people the importance of building a community of friends, associates, new family, whatever word you want to put on it, because it's important. It's often your lifeline. And when people think about moving abroad, some people are coming with their spouse, some people are coming with their kids. It's a family experience, but some people are making this journey by themselves, Jerry. And I want to highlight something that I know you guys cater to, and it's for both the people that are coming looking to get medical tourism. But I also want to at least open the door for people to think about this from a, should you get surgery abroad and what kind of opportunities are available? Because here's the thing. I got to give them, these people that may watch this, something that they know. Most of you that are already watching this have probably already had your wisdom teeth taken out. And if you don't, you probably have seen someone get their wisdom teeth taken out. So that's a surgery, right? And I'm not
Yeah.
saying that you're going to get a wisdom teeth surgery again, but you could have a surgery. And after surgery, you may need some care.
Right. Right.
And what is available to you in the United States after surgery oftentimes is the kindness of your friends and family once you are discharged.
Or medicine.
And that can only go so far. That charity only goes so far. So I know you offer opportunities for with the people that are looking to move looking to come for medical tourism, post surgery care. And I also want you to kind of just highlight, I see how these blend together, where if you were somebody was to get surgery abroad and they live abroad, how your services and healthcare options are available for them that just honestly aren't in the United States.
Okay, so here, like you mentioned, in America, you would probably depend on a family member, maybe a friend, and medicine, anti-inflammatories. Doctors here, they don't like to prescribe too much medicine. They think more of a natural way to get better. But answering the questions that you were mentioning, for people who are wanting to come alone to Colombia to get any type of procedure that's gonna be long lasting or long, stay in Colombia, there are recovery houses where you have 24/7 nurses, you have chefs that cook for you, uh, your 3 meals. Um, you have doctors that visit you at these centers. And they're bilingual there, so you're able to feel comfortable with the language. And you're basically taken care of the whole time. You have drivers, you have anything you need is at with a person like myself. We basically coordinate everything for you. So the only thing you have to do is just get better, and you don't have to worry about anything else. Um, you'll be comfortable. You'll be pampered, with your food, your anything that you need, your medications. You have nursing services 24/7 with you, and also the doctors are available. We call them if you need anything. We can call them. We have a constant communication. It's not like in America where you would have to. Um, I don't think you can ever call a doctor to their phone. They will never give it to you. But in Colombia, it's a little different. We have constant communication, so things get done faster, quicker, um, because of that. So there's if you're looking to come alone, even if you're looking to come to get surgery and you have a companion with you, they'll take care of you and your companion with maybe they'll just charge for the food, and that's about it. Everything else it's going to be covered by the patient. So it's that simple. It's really simple. It's just having everything planned ahead of time, and know what to expect while you're here.
No, having a plan is key. You guys do consultations. You know, I figure it's easier to get somebody to show up with understanding what it is you have after doing like a consultation, understanding what it is you need. So is everything customizable to them, or is there
Yes.
like packages they can offer?
We do offer packages, but like you mentioned, everybody's different. So we do a live consultation with each patient and the professional that's going to treat them, the person who's going to be in charge of the planning.
Okay.
Um, you also we have also the director at the place where you'll be staying. Um, if you're going to be staying for a long term, we have the recovery house director on the line. They'll give you all like a
Okay.
breakdown of everything that's included. You also on a call the first consultation, you also get quoted with all the prices that you'll be charged, so there's no hidden costs. And you're also, since we did a live consultation with each client, it's a process of asking a lot of questions, a lot of pictures, a lot of measurements, weight, height, allergies, all these questions that normally you answer when you go to a doctor's visit, but we do it through telemedicine, through the phone. So when you get here, we know you already know us, you already know who you spoke to, who's seen you, who's working on you. The doctor has already explained, everything that's gonna be that your body's gonna be going through, and you'll have the time to also tell the doctor what you're looking for, so that we can get the best results, what you're expecting. And then the post care, the time you're here, you're always with nurses. With if you're coming for surgery, you'll be with nurses, you'll be with therapists, you'll be with the person who does the massages. So it's a huge team of professionals, um, and different technicians that work, different equipment, I should say, maybe the hyperbaric chamber, or some people when they get here, they want hair removal therapies, or skincare. All of that is covered while you're here for for your service. So before you get here, we already know what you're coming here to do, and we try to accommodate each need uh, individually. So there's no such thing as a package, even though we try to offer that when we're selling and marketing, but that's easily adjustable because the whole idea is to do everything personalized to each individual. So, each individual has different needs. Depending on their needs, we plan ahead the whole trip.
Nah, that makes a lot of sense because I know a lot of people aren't maybe all the way ready to move, but they are definitely interested in taking just basic care of themselves, never mind even any type of enhancements, just taking basic care of themselves and then just looking into what can I expect if I do move to have available. I will tell everybody that's watching this, my insurance is like $60 a month. It's because I had, when I had to go about getting a visa, I had to prove that I had travel medical insurance that covered me when living abroad, but I never used it. Like I never used it because things out of pocket were just just a couple of dollars. Like it was actually less than what a deductible would cost. So I will tell you it may vary a little bit, but even in Mexico, it pales in comparison to what is available to you, how much it costs to get medicine, to see a doctor, these things with no insurance. Like, so I want you guys to understand that if moving abroad is on your thought process. And one of your biggest concerns is outside of is it safe, like physically? Like we already talked about that, and we will continue to talk about that. Yes, I guarantee you, it's probably more likely for things to happen to you in the United States than many of these places that you guys have on your radar, just
You know
based
what's
off of the
funny,
numbers.
RJ?
What's up?
Uh, I've spoken to, I've been to different Latin countries, and I'm a Colombian born citizen, but I'm an American citizen. Uh, I have my citizenship, and I often hear in different countries, they think that America isn't safe, that for kids, they have the perception that if you send your kids to school, they're gonna die. So it's a stereotype because we have a lot of shootings in schools. Okay. Does that happen in every school in America? It does not happen in every school in America.
Nah.
The same, if you have the same concept of stereotypes in America that a country isn't safe, is because it's word of mouth and people are just creating a stereotype of each
Yeah.
country. Often in Colombia, when you say Colombian, the first thing you think about is Pablo Escobar, bombs and drugs, but that's not really what Colombia is all about. Colombia is known for salsa, culture, happiness, warm people, very smart professionals, medical tourism. Cali, you have some time living here. Cali is known also for birds and ecology tourism, wellness tourism. People who are
Mhm.
looking to not do medicines, but to do holistic medicine, to do, therapies, walking, exercising, trekking, biking. All this is quite popular here in Cali now, and we're focused on safety and it may happen, but we're not safe. If you're a human being, you're not safe anywhere. The world is that crazy right now. There's wars everywhere.
Yeah.
It could be worst, but it's all what you make it. It's what you make of your experience. It's try to experience it yourself and not let others influence you
Hmm.
on making a decision. Make the decision yourself, and I guarantee that you'll change your perception. That
You want to
it's something I
shatter
would
your
always
your
tell you.
perspective on life.
Yes, totally.
Moving abroad will shatter your perspective on life. And I keep telling people that. And the more you guys understand that, y'all keep saying, y'all will be come back, y'all will always come back here and y'all see me all by myself. And then people, I don't coach anybody to say what it is that I've already said, but because it's that real. Like it's going to change you. These things are designed to change you. It's designed to wake you up a little bit and realize that there was more to life than what you had given it. So thank you, Jerry, because
No
tonight we
problem.
kind of got into some things that I know were on people's horizon, like the safety of moving abroad. And it's like, honestly, it's a lot safer for you to get sick abroad than it is in the United States.
Yeah, true, true, true,
You
true.
guys are paying
A lot of
a
people come
extreme
here for
premium for
surgery.
BS healthcare.
I'm sorry about that. I said a lot of people come
You said,
here
what?
for
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you
surgery,
said.
and they end up
Hmm.
staying here for empanadas for the food.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
seriously.
It's funny, but
I can I literally did not come, but I'm literally in a position where I got stuck in Colombia and I was only going to be there for 3 months and ended up being there for 3 years because, and that's not my just my story. That's so many other people's story
that's
where
my
the
story.
energy of Colombia, all of what it offers. See, all of what it offers gives you the reason to want to stay and experience more. So over the next couple of days and the next couple of weeks, we're going to bring on some more of the people that you can see at our virtual relocation conference. Those early bird tickets are available right now. You guys can go to moodtravelabroad.com. That is going to be November 22nd. That is where you're going to see relocation experts covering Medellin, Santa Marta, as well as Cali, Colombia. We're also going to cover places as well as Panama City, Cape Town, South Africa, Playa del Carmen, Mexico. But we're running into the things that you actually really need outside of where do I go. So we bring on healthcare, we bring on an immigration lawyer, we bring on a financial expert, we bring on the student loan doctor to help you figure out if student loans are getting really high in the United States and you may need to leave to pay them off, how to do so. These things are all on your plate living as American in the United States. This is the only place that you can come to one spot and get destination and everything else under the sun and put your position of where do I move and how do I move into a place where you can actually make some sense of it. So, Jerry, thank you once again for not only being a part of the team, but spare a little bit of time with me tonight so they can get an understanding of who you are and what value you bring to the table. So, thank you, Jerry, for taking out some time with us.
Awesome, RJ. Thank you for having me, and thank you, thank all your followers as well. I hope the information is
No,
used and is resourceful for them.
for sure. Jerry, can you tell these people where to find you at and how to get in contact with you for me?
On Instagram, Colombian BAP Consultants, and also on TikTok, Colombian BAP Consultants.
There it is. You guys on TikTok, you heard it. Everybody on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Appreciate you guys as well as Instagram. Thank you once again, and we will be back tomorrow afternoon. It is looking like 3 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be with somebody that is going to be designed to answer your most burning question. How do I make money online? You guys have been in my inbox, knocking on my door, asking me, how do I make money online? Tomorrow you will find out. Please be back here. Black Expat Life Abroad on YouTube. We will find out how you can start to make money online. You can leave America, start making money online, and start to live your next best life. So thank you once again, Jerry. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys tomorrow.